made commentary on this situation between Nutmeg and the neighbors. Today I will make similar commentary, but I will add a few things that you have not heard from me yesterday. Situation is getting out of control. They are not happy. They're protesting, and these people are just coming out, hopefully with sticks in their hands, and confront her because she is going to be invading their privacy very soon. Even though she will say, no, they are doing it, they are invading my privacy, but it will always be the other way around because she loves to spy on other people. Now, take a look at this report. Sperry and Nutmeg have barely touched down in Britain, but their reported move to the Cotswolds is already causing a stir among some of their prospective new neighbors. Okay, this is coming on the news, and I shared some of it yesterday. But let me go through this one more time. According to multiple reports, Sperry and Nutmeg are expected to settle in Cotswold, but appears not everyone in the idyllic rural enclave is thrilled about the prospect of having the Sussexes as neighbors. Several locals reportedly expressed their frustration to the Daily News after a reporter was sent to the area to gauge reaction to the couple's impending arrival. So this happened before they came back to UK. Speaking on the broadcast on Wednesday evening local time, host JJ Annie Siobi revealed some residents were already furious, quote unquote furious, with one woman delivering a particularly scathing assessment. Quote, we don't want more tourists. This is a quiet and peaceful area. Royal commentator Caroline Malone suggested it was the prospect of an influx of visitors that could prove the biggest source of tension between the Sussexes and their new neighbors. Harry and Nutmeg's presence could attract royal watchers and tourists to the Cotswolds, Malone claimed, potentially disrupting the tranquility that draws many people to the area in the first place. And again, I shared some of this yesterday. People will not want them there because the Cotswolds now is going to be swarming, she told. Okay, and it's not going to affect Harry and Nutmeg because they are going to be behind a gated big posh multi-million pound house somewhere. Quote, but it is going to affect the people who are trying to earn a living in the Cotswolds, the ordinary decent working people, and they are going to be really hacked off about it. Malone went on to claim the reaction could not be more different in the Sussex's former home of Montecchio, suggesting some residents there were glad to see the back of them. So, Montecchio people are hanging out the flags today, and people in the Cotswolds are like, whoa. However, Anisiobi stressed the reaction on the ground was not entirely negative, revealing there were some neighbors who were positive about Harry and Nutmeg's reported move. How many? Malone asked before Anisiobi admitted not many. Okay, not many people are actually happy about their coming back to UK. Quote, I think that's pretty reflective of the entire country, Malone said. In other words, according to this particular individual, she is saying that for the most part and for most people in the neighborhood and also in the country, it is such a problem. It's such a disaster that these two they have set foot in the British soil. Now, take a look at this particular reporting, then I'll add some commentary here.
One of the big issues that we need to try and get some meat on the bones of, if you like, is where they're going to end up living. And you've done some terrific work here. I think it's a Charlotte Griffiths exclusive. Editor-at-large on the Mail on Sunday. We can reveal here on Talk.
I have also reported on this in my previous video where I said asking them this question, where they will live exactly, is according to Nutmeg is a legal issue. She said, I will sue anybody is asking this question. They will reveal whatever they want to reveal in order to control the story, the narrative.
Where are they going to end up living?
Well, we have to be so careful not to say exactly where they're living, but I suppose the exclusive is that, you know, this rumor that they may live on a small farmhouse on the Spencer estate, or they might be renting somewhere because they've got no money. It appears to be incorrect, because what I am told is that the property they've looked at, or the properties they've been looking at, are north of 10 million. The one that I think I've identified, I actually can't say, because they issued a really, really strong warning, which I must adhere to. Yeah. So we can't name the location. But suffice to say, it is as you'd expect, you know.
So basically, as this lady said, she's warned not to reveal too much or anything at all about their location. Can you imagine asking Nutmeg where Archie is going to school? Which school is that? Oh my God, she is gonna unleash hell.
Really, really strong warning, which I must adhere to.
Yeah.
So we can't name the location, but suffice to say, it is as you'd expect. You know, it's incredibly luxurious. It's definitely got a kind of LA whiff to it. I have to be so careful not to identify it. But just I found it very interesting that it's not some sort of dilapidated farmhouse, which at one point was the narrative, that they'd run out of money and they were coming back. It seems that is not the case. You know, the property is extremely expensive.
Okay, so you heard it right. The property is extremely expensive. Now the next question is, who is gonna pay for it? It is gonna be Papa. Sperry doesn't have money to spare for Daily Mail lawsuit. Nutmeg doesn't have a good income, no income source at all. Like her business venture has gone bankrupt. Who you think is gonna finance for this luxurious apartment or mansion they will be staying in? Now their spokesperson, means Nutmeg's spokesperson, Harry's spokesperson, refuses to confirm that they have landed in the UK, even though it's pretty obvious that they are in the UK. I suppose that's because of security reasons. No, it is not because of security reason. It is because Nutmeg wants to control the entire story from day one. And this is very strange and bizarre, to say the least. Why would somebody be so controlling over this whole thing? If they're transparent, if they're honest about their move back to UK, if they have nothing to fear, why would she be so controlling over this? Well, it is because she knows she cannot she cannot have the public know everything about them, because a lot of things she had been doing is very, very suspicious.
They're back.
Oh, they're back. Yes, that was a bit of a scramble yesterday, trying to confirm all the details. Yeah, GB News managed to basically track the private jet that they were on, flying from Van Nuys Airport, just to the north of Los Angeles, about 80 miles from their Montecito home. And they flew across the Atlantic and landed just before midday, as you said, into Birmingham Airport.
Okay, so I will be actually talking about the private jet they flew in a separate video, and I will tell you the name of the owner who was involved in this private jet, giving Nutmeg and Sperry to fly to the UK. But that will be something I will mention in a separate video for sure. But for now, just think about this. The neighbors, again, we do not know if they will be living in that neighborhood where these neighbors are coming out and they're saying, no, you guys are not welcome, or are they going to be living somewhere else? We do not know. But can you imagine, just because they heard that Harry's favorite place is Cotswolds, because that's where he grew up, they came out and they don't like it, and they are absolutely mad about it. They should not be here. We do not welcome them. I'll give you guys more updates. If you are not subscribed yet, consider subscribing. I can see a lot of comments here. Leave a comment in the comment section below.